Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Cold Fire, and I'm uh, presently celebrating the season of love, the month of love. It's Valentine's month, and we have very few days left for Valentine's Day. And we've had the full moon recently, where we have ended whatever was whatever needed to be ended. And now we will have communication coming in. Midhaven Pinnacle, the top of the information. After exploration, there is a certain both the counterparts went around exploring what. It's not exploration as in what options do you have, or when it. So let's start with this. And now um, I've been thinking about the people who are connected with the spirit guides, like they or the angelic realm or the source. All up until a certain point in our life, it's generally 33 years. We doubt ourselves because we're younger. Or rather, there are too many people who are older than us, who are adults, right? So we doubt ourselves, like we feel like we're hearing voices, and unfortunately, if you get diagnosed with a mental disorder, because it does seem like a mental disorder, but like divine guidance and channeling can drive you crazy if you have been constantly told that you're just hearing voices, you're being delusional, you're hallucinating and things like that. But when it is so real for us, the divine collective, star seeds, and everyone chooses to be here, who whoever gets a choice, right, to come to earth. They choose this because they feel that they need to learn something in practical material world reality, the physical world, physics. They need to study physics, physical science, and how all of this energy that we have had around, eternal energy of the cosmos, how does it play out in the physical reality. And unless and until you're in a physical plane, you will not understand it. So by birth, like starseeds or even human souls that have chosen this lifetime to study in depth and focus on the physical science of how energy plays out, they will hear uh, guidance leading them to this. And sometimes because of manipulation, because there are definitely others who are here, who are condemned here, who are punished to be here, and they have they do not have the privileges, they do not have the rights to choose what lessons that they would like to hear. And they are here to experience. That's why they want to steal other people's information, or manipulate them into being manipulate the divine collectives and star seeds to be in their life, to get them stuck in their physical world reality. So basically, they're faking having spiritual guidance. But they have definitely caught psychic mediums or practitioners. They have them all throughout. They know the network of psychic mediums and practitioners, especially tarot readers have come out into the open in the last 3 to 4 years. Or their tarot content is really popular everywhere on the internet, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, face. Not so much Facebook, but Instagram and YouTube. And there's a lot of tarot content that is gaining popularity and people are interested in that. It used to be very surprising earlier, but when that would happen, but not after 20 around the second half of 2021, we realized that tarot guidance and people who were channeling messages and being able to speak it out and put videos about it, uh, that kind of guidance was important. But it was important for the channeling collective, all the collective. Sometimes I feel, even star seeds and divine collective do not receive messages from the higher realm, from other realms or spirit guides, right? But for me, it kind of has been non-stop. I have I've always received sometimes, I have to be like give take a break, guys, take a break, even to the angels, gods, other spirits that are connecting, animals, birds, even insects and birds, bugs. Like, I'm like, please, let's just take a break for some time and just relax, and see what's going on. So you probably, I don't know if you can hear the construction noises that are going on outside. Like, let's take a break and fix our physical world reality. Let's busy ourselves in the upkeep of our homes, our cities and communities, because we need to stop talking to each other through these uh psychic channels for some time, because they are being intercepted. Now people do not want these other people, I dress them as fake people. They're fake, as in they're here as punishment. They're supposed to see the world just go by, and wherever they fit, the they're not born with a free will choice. They are not born with resource. They they have credit lists. They live choiceless and privilege free life. So they're supposed to check what the system is, what is trending, whatever it is. They have to abide by whatever is going on in a systematic order, um, so that they can the beings, the souls that are here to learn in this time span, in this lifespan, uh, can do that, right? But these people are notorious. Technology somehow has equalized both the sides, the the light side and the dark side, the negative side and the positive side. And the the divine collective and the star seeds, who have come here by choice, right? And because they want to experience the physical reality, they uh, they do not feel like, taking advantage of anything, because they're here to learn and observe. But whereas these people want to manipulate other people, and since technology has given us that chance, we the divine collective and starseeds are just marveling at the technology, and how beautifully earth is progressing because of it, and elevating its its grade, it's upgrading. Whereas these people who are just using this technology to manipulate it. And there's a technology of the soul as well, like divine connections, like your divine counterpart and you are literally connected with each other. You all have been hearing the same spirit guides, the same archangels. You're observing the same physical aspects and the aspects of the world uh, at the same time. It, the same exact same lesson, the exact same message is coming through, but possibly in different in different situations, right? So you're learning the same lesson uh, squared, lesson L raised to 2, that is square, right? So, and then you have this highest level soulmate, where they are learning a different lesson and you're learning a different lesson, and then you get a chance to speak about it and compile it. So like divine counterparts, a connection can seem so weird, especially if you are around each other, and then you have like this karmic energy going on, this matrix energy going on, like people who have been taking undue advantage and manipulating you. This energy has been manipulating you into because that is what the energy, they work off of manipulation. Otherwise they wouldn't be able to do anything, right? And they're not supposed to do anything. They're supposed to just sit and wait for the divine collectors and star seeds to make a move and help them and support them. And that is what will lead them from their bad karma into a lesson learned and then moving forward. But this is what they don't understand. A matrix program person also has the chance to reach that upgrade where they are those programs who can build the matrix instead of being the swarm that is harassing the divine collective and starseed collective and other people, right? And instead of helping the karmics are basically there to teach other souls. They are, some of them are there they know their duty. They're here to teach you, uh to bring you like to at they are they will present to you in your life at the point of your graduation, or the earth collective graduation, like earth's graduation, right? But there are some karmic energies who have once again, like deny divine order of things and divine uh, aspects, and they will fake being on the twin flame journey. They will go and find out who is on the twin flame journey, and if they have found out a person like genuine twin flames, they will go, or people who are just generally connected to the spirit world, and they have a lot of spiritual credit, right? They will go and try and associate with them in one way or the other, and they do not want anything permanent. To they want to they're like parasites. They want to hog spiritual credit. I had this vile woman, like I absolutely horrible, a toxic woman, posing as being my friend. And she kept on repeating this all the time: please give me your blessings, please give me your blessings. And I kept telling her that I give no anyone who's on a horrible path, like I cannot give them blessings, even if I am like, and blessings are supposed to. And she put so many other people in that habit of going and like asking for other people's blessing. That is just disgusting and really pathetic. If you sense anybody with that energy in your life, dump them hard. They're supposed to be deleted at contact. But what the divine collective keeps feeling, that okay, maybe these kind of things are part of the karmic lesson. No, fake persons, karmic people, whatever it might be, they are not, the people are absolutely immaterial. They're absolutely immaterial, inconsequential. What you are learning about the physical world reality, that is the only thing. And everyone is doing their best, like the spirit guides or angels, God, the even the demons and the devil is doing their best so that you can be here and observe this reality, learn about it, and submit your observations to source, the divine source of the celestial realm as well as the underworld, right? They're all doing their best. But if we keep giving these false people who are supposed to just teach us something about the matrix, and you were supposed to dump them, as well as the karmics who you have to identify and submit the information to source that this person, this soul, is the one who has been going and harassing good souls and coming in between their physical world reality arrangements and trying to pose as their wives, husbands, business partners, best friends, brothers, sisters, brother, sister, like, that kind of a thing. And if you don't, if you have never once submitted this information that this person is horrible, this person is a fake, this person is a spiritual criminal, and like, and the and the spirit world is going to get really pissed off at you, because not pissed off at you, but like, it's going to get really pissed off, and you know how irritable energy is, right? Energy can get irritated. The spirit guides are pure energy, right? So they're going to get irritated. They're just going to get annoyed, like, you keep pushing somebody else, like, this person in and you're letting them spy on you. You're letting them stalk you. You're letting them come in between. You're letting them overhear our connection, which is supposed to be sacred. You have a divine connection with your spirit guides as well. It's divine, it's pure, it's a love is a frequency of perfect communication. And if it is interfered with or tampered with, even if you're not doing the one, but if you're allowing it, it's going to have consequences, right? There are really only two types of people: those you now love and those you will love, until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. The game of life, the universe. This card is, it's just telling me that, if you all have found the one, it, whether it be your highest level soulmate, or whether you have graduated from the highest level soulmate journey of your soul, and you have actually met your divine counterpart, then it is then no matter how many how much you go around the cosmos, or your planet, or whatever it is, you are going to reach the energy of the one. It is permanent. Union energy is that, like, we don't have a choice. When we were told in the last couple of years, or 3-4 years, there are going to be massive separations, and 2023 is going to be the year of union. So no matter how much you go round and round the cosmos, union is here to stay. Separation was also there, like collective separation. Yes, you gotta accept it, that the energies are separated. And collective union, permanent union, you gotta accept that you are functioning union energies. You're not going to be able to explore any option, because you have already reached your pinnacle. So it's like you've reached your castle, you've met your beloved, and you're supposed to, you have this realm that is slowly and gradually opening up. The exploratory phase is done with the full moon, and now you have a new moon coming up, where you're going to in this 14-day period, the fortnight between the full moon and the new moon, you're going to start seeing the energy. You're going to start seeing what your realm is like, and it's going to be inevitable. You cannot anymore, like, go around and say maybe there is someone else, maybe there is a new person. I mean, let the idea of person go. You are your own twin flame. There is no other person. And so, like, when you are in union energy, the one and only person that is there for you, whether it be the highest level soulmate, if you haven't reached the point of divine counterpartship in your soul's journey in this lifespan, then it is the highest level soulmate. Otherwise, it is your divine counterpart. If you're still struggling with that, and if you're going round and round everywhere, trust me, it is going to have consequences. Pallas Athena. It's time to Pallas Athena. Think. You, there is a lot of logical information and a lot of scientific information available right now for this journey and for this concept that I'm talking about. Capricorn, achieve. Like, there's some kind of achievement here that has been unlocked for the Divine Collective, by the Divine Collective, all the previous generations that have come and gone. Uranus, change. It's time to change. It's time for change. So it's time to change over into the new reality. Uh, so into this new perspective. Now you are done searching. You are done searching. You know you've got all your answers. How? So it's better to sit, put, and compile the answer and accept it. It's time to think. It's time to think. There is some kind of achievement in this thinking. There's an achievement unlocked for the collective. How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? Meadowlark, protect. What if everything is already working out? Like I said, like union energies are already working out. How long do you think you're going? How long? Okay, think about this. How long are you going to work off of the same thing? Okay, me and my divine counterpart are not together, so I'm going to go and go and find somebody else. Yeah, first of all, if you try and do that, you're going to find the world really empty of people. All of these fake connections, all of these manipulative karmics are just dropping out of your life like flies. And while they're dropping off your actual soul connections, they might be your biological family. They are also going to start acting under those karmic energies, and they're going to be acting under the fake energies. You are going to be absolutely isolated, and you're going to be forced into thinking about how things are working out, because there's a massive achievement, and Capricorn is earth sign, so it's earth energy. There's a massive achievement that has been unlocked, and things are going to change for good permanently. So your life is about to change, and it's going to depend on how you're feeling about it. Like, if you are in a place of resistance of change, your life would be actually in the physical reality be really charming, and you are going to be repelling that charming life, right? And well, you are going to be with your beloved, the one and only that makes you happy. You're going to have beautiful babies. But if you're going to sulk and cry about the past being gone and all those fake people and karmics being gone, those were needed for the world and blah blah blah, like, they were there for me, like, when you and I was separated and we were starting off and we were young and we didn't have our resources. Earth has changed. They were there before the change and the tough time. They were not there for you because we were going through tough times. They were sucking all of your resources dry, like absolutely bone dry. They were driving you crazy. They were making you sick, physically sick. They were disturbing you, constantly harassing you, constantly keeping you away from your divine counterpart or other twin flame collective and your soul family, because they wanted to see you miserable. They were like, oh, okay, if things are so bad, then everybody has to suffer. They were evil, pure evil. They were trying to torture you, and you were thinking that was help, that was friendship, that was association. That is crazy. That is what is crazy. Not being connected to spirit guides, not being able, like, being able to hear the instructions from source, like God, universe, whatever you want to say, and as well as other spirits and other entities, the angels, archangel, being able to hear from them, being able to talk to them, right? Being able to reason with them, actually have a good connection with them, right? A pure connection with them. That is the that is what a human mind is capable of. Thinking that you need these crazy manipulative fake matrix people and evil karmic people who are just harassing you, coming in between your connection with the divine and the spiritual world and your beloved, your soul family. If you think that was help, no, that wasn't. They knew that you were going through, if let's say you were going through your final exams, like in the 10th grade or 12th grade, and they were constantly harassing you, like, taking away your books, messaging you, calling you, and asking you, oh, what do you, oh, I just want to know what you need. Oh, your book is with me. Do you want to sit here and study like with me? And when you ask them for help, ask them, can I come and hang out with you so I can, like, I'm taking a break, and they just drag you into their drama while they're taking a break, so they didn't let you take a break either, right? Remember, you must have met those kind of people who were posing undue challenge, and your parents or your elders, your teachers probably said that you need to stay away from friends for a while and focus on your examination. That is what they were doing. Once you get out of college, high school, college, university, you get thrown into the school of life, right? And these people, and it will still continue because you have not learned the lesson of identifying and cutting out the fake matrix people and evil karmics, manipulative karmics. So you got to learn that lesson now, because it they literally are, they are going to face really horrible deaths in front of you. You're going to like see their rotting corpse. I'm not being evil or nasty. I'm just telling you the consequences of holding on to fake matrix people and evil toxic karmics. This is what is going to happen. So let's see where your person is at. Where are you connect, what are they thinking? Let's see what they're they thinking. Let's get into some tarot. There's some very strong spirit guidance coming from the oracle card. Let's move on to some, because there's think, like, let's move on to some mental energy with tarot. Let's process something in our mind. It's the chance to think there is some achievement to be had here, because massive change is require all of us to put our minds together and think. Thinking is needed right now. A protection charm is also coming through. How can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? Yeah, okay. Trust, a blow, right? Wind. So um you need to check the flow of the energy. Where are your thoughts going towards, and what is pulling it back, right? What is interfering it? You need to really think about that. You really need to think about that. Four of Wands. They're thinking about, your person is thinking about the twin flame journey, their own spiritual journey, their own twin flame journey. Let's see what's going on in the mind. Yes, they're like, the passing judgment. They're thinking about it very deeply. Four of Swords. Two more cards for the thinking section. What are they? What judgment have they passed about this twin flame journey? Yep, it's a new beginning. It's a brand new beginning. Maybe this person has been on the twin flame journey for a very long time, and they want to do. They have unlocked being able to take decisions on their own, feeling self-sufficient, feeling independent, feeling yeah, it's like they don't need this journey to they don't need anyone else in this journey but themselves. They understand that this is about them. If they want to come in with an offer of love while they are on the when they have understood that they are on a twin flame journey, right? And this is a solo journey. So if they identify you as their person, they're going to have to do it on their own. They're going to have to show up in confidence. That is what is coming through. This is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about it, and I think it's they're feeling very comfortable. They're feeling very driven and passionate, and still at the, like, there's a lot of stillness here with the Four of Wands energy, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands sitting there. There is an energy of stillness, and they're really able to think about the fact, like, how do I make this offer? They know that you are the person. They know it. And for their feelings, we have the King of Swords. They see it very clearly. They see it logically, where now they know they kind of have a logical basis for what they've been feeling all this while. And this has and and this rejection that they're feeling, that it's like they feel that it is because they have clarity on this, like it is because uh they were there were codependency issues, possibly earlier. They realized that they were supposed to they were supposed to feel these things on their own, and have a a clear conversation, a clear conversation with themselves. They're feeling this their self-talk has gone from feeling of rejection to like absolute abundance and happiness. There's a permanence in this, right? um Absolute abundance and happiness and self-sufficiency, like their self-talk. They feel that their self-talk, their mind, their logic has come to a place where it is so abundant. It's moved from lack mentality to abundance consciousness. Like, that's what they feel right now, that that mindset has improved quite a bit. And something is, they feel like they are ready to move forward. They're ready to move forward on this journey. Yes, we have the Princess of Wands, which is a much lighter and more active energy. Lighter and active is a bit. This is how they're feeling, and that thoughts are a little heavy and still. Like, there's heavy energy here, and there's lighter energies here. It's the feeling like they're on a cloud that is moving really, really fast forward on this journey, on the spiritual journey. They're possibly they're feeling their spirit guides are a part of their life, basically. They know that they've lived their life with spirit, with Holy Spirit. Like, they've lived their life with Holy Spirit, with divine, like, the divine. um, Listening to God, divine orders. What are they wanting to say? Like, okay, we have the King of Pentacles here. They're wanting to say that they see a lot of people who are disappointed. Um, um, they're sending them away. They're sending those fake persons away. They're wanting to say that they're sending the fake person away. They're getting the instructions, and they're like kind of on their own, here with the Four of Cups here. They're on their own. They they're feeling like, there was a lost chat. They lost all of these people. They've lost all of these people. They're losing them basically one by one, and they're just putting their head down and like wait, like letting the spirit guides like move them away. There is somebody from the higher up, like, the King of Pentacles type of person who's moving all of these low vibing, sickly sob storytelling like energies out. Like, these, look at them, like, the damsel in distress, like, I just want to like, do nothing and just cry about some, they gain sympathy telling sob stories. It's like they've heard a lot of sob stories, and um they've heard a lot of sob stories from a lot of people, and at the same time they know that their spirit guides, like, actual knights, um the spirit guides kind of went into the void because they didn't want to listen to your person listening to sob stories. So they're trying to say that, for a very long time, like, I couldn't hear my spirit guides, like, I could hear God so clearly. I could hear the universe so clearly. There was so much spirit guidance going on, and like, or they want to probably say that, for like it's been a few days, or they know that for the next 8 days or so, like, they're they're going to clear all of these low vibing energies away, these disturbing energies, these miserable people, like, out into they're going to send them into the void. There are some spirit guides that are that are ready, and they're getting their helpers, their knights ready, the one in the void, like, or whichever, whoever is the entity that you connect with in the void, is gathering helpers, is resurrecting their knights of the void, and they're giving them instruction. They're giving them instruction that anybody that the divine collective sends, you are supposed to take their energy of these low vibing people, like, and you're supposed to send them into uh like these nights, there's instruction. They will be here in they will be these are new spirit guides that are coming. These are knights of the void. Your guardian angel in the void has resurrected these knights, or created these knights, these helpers in the void. So your person is saying that, I'm sending these damsel in distress, and these people who are always crying and complaining about their lives, just to gain sympathy, just to gain some place, an audience, like, with me. I'm sending them away, or I'm just leaving them out in the cold. I'm leaving them out in the cold. There is nothing here, and I'm just my energy is my entire I'm shifting my entire life, like with this 8 of Cups here. I'm shifting my entire life, and I don't care who is waiting for me, like, who's left waiting for me, who's left thinking about me. But my entire life, I've I've put them in the places where the my guardian angel of the void can detect them, and send the knights there to just take away their mental abilities altogether. And in the first place, they had they had stolen this mental energy from me, right? The ability to listen to my spirit guides, God, universe, like they literally stole this energy from me because they were constantly, like, talking to forge a connection with me. And I was praying to God and divine continuously to like help them sort their things out because I cannot do it, right? That is what they were feeling, this rejection that, I cannot do it, I'm not supposed to be doing this or helping these people. But but asking the divine to help these people was absolute, instead of your person should have just like, they know now that they should have just said that these people are just taking up my time. They are liars. They are coming up with fake stories. They are forcing some relationships and associations with me monetarily, physically, emotionally, like, making it look like, I'm connected with them in some way, shape, or form. um, Even certain family members, like, they wanted to disassociate with or break up with, who were taking undue advantage of their generosity and kindness. Instead of telling God, like, please, like, release these people completely, they were asking them to help, they were asking God and spirit guides to help them in achieving whatever they wanted in the physical world reality. And now their guardian angel from the void, like cold fire, I am from the void, right? I'm the guardian angel of the void that was given to Katyayani, right? And I speak to her through her on YouTube. So now the guardian angel, the word, this could be cold fire as well for all you people. Like, you all can connect with cold fire and say that please send me your night so that I can clear out these low vibing toxic energies that have a hold on me. I cannot. I have felt unequipped to deal with them, and I have faced self worth issues because of them, and they have been weighing heavy on my happiness and growth forward. I want you to take them away. Take them away. So, this is going to take some more time. It's going to take time to clear out the full moon energies. Up until the new moon energies come in, are all about endings, right? And then endings, and there'll be an energy of endings and new beginning time overlap. That is the pre new moon energies, correct? Right. So these lunar cycle energies are really helping out all of us. So just surrender what you no longer need, especially people, persons. It's all an illusion. People are an illusion. It's all about energy, frequency, and vibration. So if you're getting a bad vibe that is keeping you in these i- in these feelings of, like, not being good enough, not being sufficient, or even if you're feeling that, your happiness and movement forward is very low, like, if you feel that very clearly, then it's time for you to connect with these new spirit guides and ask them to clear out these karmic blockages, these matrix blockages. Like, you have bots and bugs, like, content that you know don't need to see. Like, people are sending you news, like depressing news, and why is it still showing up on your news feed? So you need to do something about it. You need to clear out your news feed. You need to start you need to put your foot down in front of people and say that I don't want this depressing content anywhere on my phone, and things like that. Or tell them that, this is not good, this is toxic. 4444, as I said, that you need to access your divine masculine side, your masculine side, and put your foot down. You need to start clearing out. You're clearing out your phone. You need to start clearing out your uh, All of these things that are weighing heavy on your happiness. Okay, so let's clarify the Queen of Wands for what they're thinking. Let's see what the Queen of Wands. What are they thinking? Okay, it's like they're thinking that there was some illusion about the personality that they were. There were some. Okay, so like the fake people were trying to create an illusion, a fake personality, right? So they were fake persons. They're thinking about the fake persons and how obsessive the Queen of Wands is, very obsessive, and they keep repeating the same things over and over and over and over again. And they're thinking very deeply about how is it that they have, like, it's like they're thinking about how what a fake personality type is, what an illusion this matrix can create, and also the karmics can create of being uh, a twin flame. The packaging is also so the packaging or the personality that is the packaging, on the surface as well, they show up very confused, very borrowed personality types from all over, of like misunderstandings, the illusion that is created about the twin flame. So they're thinking that they show up like it's 3 o'clock. They show up like clowns. They show up like clowns, or just props, basically props. The Nine of Pentacles, like showing up here twice. So this is what a real person looks like. They have the pentacles around them. They're not wearing all the pentacles in all different ways. Uh, Even if they are, they're all borrowed from four or five types of people that they think are twin flames. Right. So, for example, like your person is thinking so hard about when they spoke about their twin flame journey to these people who were just looking for information on twin flames, right? Like your person wanted to share what was going on with them on this journey, and they might have used the word twin flame. They're like, I think my twin flame will have these personality types and things like that. And obviously, your person was also like. Um, the illusion that is created about twin flames, they were also trying to fight it, and trying to study it, like the illusion that is created because of material world aspects surrounding the twin flame. So they knew very well that the twin flame will show up in a certain way, but that is fake. That is a projection, that they will show up with a filter of the illusion of the matrix, as well as the karmic energies, like will be projecting a filter on them. And your person knew that they will have to learn how to see through that illusion inside your core, right? And so they were talking, possibly talking about you to them, and how you are showing up in front of them, right? And yes, they were talking about your qualities, but all the karmic and the fate people were seeing that okay, hearing and was okay, she speaks like this, she dresses up like this, or he speaks like this, he dresses up like this is how he is with other people, he's very, like, he or she is this, he or she is that, all the material world aspects of things. And then they were trying to create this illusion of being, so being you, right? They were creating this illusion of being you. And now your person is like learning and observing of how kind of hideous that illusion is, and how forceful the karmics and the fake people have been, like, forcing this illusion that I am her, I am the twin, I'm your twin flame, I'm twin flame, based off of a completely distorted version of an imaginary personality that they came up with in their minds are first and foremost incapable, so they're literally seeing how it has played out, like, talking to, or like with the karmics and the fake people, this twin flame journey, they're understanding the fakeness, the illusion, illusory, the people who cast, like the Queen of Wands also casts like illusions, right? So the fake illusions about the twin flame journey that have been cast through their own personal experiences of you, the real person, or a real person who's on the twin flame journey, versus these people who are projecting a illusion about uh, a spiritual journey, and it's all materialistic. First and foremost, that's what they're understanding, and that is making them feel a little shallow, is what I'm getting with the Ace of Cups. Here it's brimming and overflowing, and here they feel like depleted and empty. It's like the more they think about this illusion that was cast and projected, the more empty they're feeling. But it's like they want to empty these illusions, and be ready for when this comes about overflowing from real twin flame energies. So let's clarify the Four of Wands, Judgment, Ace of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles for what they're thinking about. We know like what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the illusion that was cast, the materialistic illusion that was cast by fake people. They're very disappointed right now. I think they're disappointed in themselves, that they're stuck somewhere, like your Wheel of Fortune. They know that it's time, but their energies are really, they're being forced to think about what is fake right now, and they're seeing how awful that is, and they regret it. They kind of feel responsible for it. With the Nine of Pentacles showing up here, they feel responsible for it, like, giving their cup away to like fake people. They thought that this was okay to do, like, it's pure, it's genuine. We have the, I mean, I will I will hold the frequency of love, so I can, uh, this is what their intentions were, right, towards the fake people and the karmics. I will hold the frequency of love in its purest form towards you as well, right? I will honor your existence, correct? And uh, but when the regret is that whatever they got in return was such a fake thing, and it was really trashy at the same time, and it was forced. They were forced to see for probably 4 years, 5 years, through this fake illusion, because they extended um, this genuine and authentic frequency of love towards something that is fake and false and evil. uh, it just got manipulative and evil towards the end. They realize how far down the rabbit hole of illusion of the matrix that they went. They're realizing, and they're regretting it. They took it very lightly. They took it possibly as a joke that it's harmless, right, to do that, to extend so much time. But when they're realizing that, hey, the amount of time, 4 or 5 years is a very long time. Once that's dawning on them, they're like, I wasted precious time. I wasted precious time on something so fake and so hideous, such a hideous copy of it's so hideous that it is, this is not just disrespectful, it is worse than blasphemy. It's like, I mean, we can forgive, like, they're possibly saying, with the judgment card here, like God and the other angels and everyone and humanity and everyone would possibly, like, uh forgive Lucifer, right? They'll forgive and accept Lucifer at a point, because he always told the truth, according, as opposed to contrary to popular belief. Like, Lucifer always tells the truth, he doesn't lie, he's an archangel, right? So this is what they, like, with the judgment card showing up here, they're realizing that even Lucifer, right, who told the truth. And these people are so horrible, and we blame Lucifer for the apocalypse and all of that, like, bringing about things, and the end of the world and all of those things, and suffering, and things like that. And even he presents himself in his true authenticity. And we reject him. We are taught to reject him. He's also bringing the truth, and we are taught to not listen to his truth. We are, right. And then we go and give these absolute, like, immaterial, inconsequential connections, or our all, right? Our all, we just give it up to them because we don't want to deal with it, and then they take over our lives and create a fake reality. They have even cast a false projection of your person. They have been speaking lies about your person, that your person is so, like, possibly a flirt, is easy, is doing this for money, is, like, has no feelings, has no this thing. So they've created a false persona, and even if nobody believes it, you are stuck playing their games, right? And that was the regret, that they've been playing this fake game because they didn't want to kick these people out, like, to the curb. But now they want to say that they're doing it. They've gathered all the higher powers are doing it, but they're, in their mind, it's just like they're calculating of how horrible. I mean, casting an illusion or a spell, which is wonderful, like, which is pleasant, at least, even if it's a lie, let it be a beautiful lie, right? But this is just garbage. They have that judgment, because if it was a beautiful lie, they wouldn't be in this regret of extending this cup. Maybe they were in a marriage with an exceptionally incapable person, incapable of doing anything independently, right? And they were like, how would I, how was I going to be, why did I have any sympathy towards this? It was just a lesson. They were supposed to come into my life for me to recognize and identify and stand up for myself, pass a judgment that this person is not the one that I'm supposed to be extending my all to, right? 4 of One talks about marriage. It's like judgment about this marriage that were involved in, right? They were like this and they extended their all in this marriage, and now they're having regrets because it's like they feel like they gave their all to something that was regretful. And then when they go and think about it, that this person just like faked being all of this, created an illusion about having possibly some money, right? And in fact they were possibly stealing from them, or this illusion like completely broke down, like this person has no money, no background, no financial background whatsoever. They possibly lied about having a job previously, or having education, or having money stashed away in savings. And all, like, they created an illusion that they don't need to get married for money or resources, but they lied about what arrangements were being made. Possibly, yes, they don't need to be in this marriage for money and things like that. Your person's spouse, right? They don't need to be a karmic spouse or a a matrix, fake twin spouse, right? They don't need to be in this marriage for money, but like, they lied about their financial aspects, the way they think about money and how money should be earned, how money should be put to use. They created an illusion of having an understanding of money, like Nine of Pentacles. What is self-sufficiency when it comes to finance and things like that? Having and not having, lying about that is bad enough. But uh, let's just say they said that they had these arrangements around money, right? And they will never need any money from your person, why ever, right? So their money arrangements were sorted. Even if that was for your person, if they were like, okay, no, but this is my spouse, like, if they ever need money from me, I'm going to provide for it. And they possibly realize since day one and up until now, for 4 or 5 years, they've just been giving and giving and giving and giving, in spite of this person having their own arrangement for money, right? And if your person is a young person, they're thinking about how much they've had to give away everything, like all of the money that they probably left aside for, to buy things for themselves, like, yeah, their own personal things, like, things that they like to do, or if they like to travel, like gadgets and things like that. All of that, their karmic spouse, the fake person, twin flame spouse, kept taking away from them. This could also, no, this is coming out of the map. They realized that they kept taking away the extra money that your person had stashed away for their own little joys and happinesses, right? And they had no idea of how to take care of finances. They created an illusion of having any control over possibly um the arrangements that are there for them in life, like, uh financially, independent to your person, right? They possibly like have, they created an illusion that they have control over their money, like, they possibly don't have control over that wealth or that money. So they lied about that as well, that they have access to that money that is on their name, like, or but it's under somebody else's control. So they're thinking about this fraud, this like financial fraud, like, person in their life. They're really focused on their karmic. Their thoughts are very heavily focused on the regrets that they have when it came to this person, that they gave their all, the possibly their hard earned money, right, their hard earned financial capabilities, financial independence in the hands of a fraud, a liar, a person who just picks up some information about money and things like that from elsewhere and lies. And it's about this, like, being stuck, like the wheel of fortune, being stuck in all of these connections. That one connection got them stuck in all of this. So basically, their person through money got them stuck with all other karmic and fake people possible, that they needed to support them, right? They needed to support them to take advantage of your person financially. So they're heavy and regret that they allowed somebody like this to do that to them. um let's clarify the Princess of Wands, the feeling of being fine, the feeling a little depressed and neglected. That's what I got. Like, they're feeling neglect, like they neglected their happiness and their progress. They neglected their progress, their divine counterpartship progress, yes, in the material world. They feel that they've halved their material world resources to power their twin flame journey and their life with their divine counterpart, that is you, or highest level soulmate, whichever one you resonate with. Let's clarify the King of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Chariot for how they're feeling. Um, Nine of Wands, it fell in reverse, and we have the Knight of Cups, the Son of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, this is an optical illusion, right? As above, so below. And in this deck, we don't take reversals, but it's giving me a chance to see. If you're holding it upright, if you look at it with the perspective of the steps are going upwards, they look like they're going upwards, right? But if you hold the perspective that they're going downwards, then they look like they're going downwards. As above, so below, right? So whatever they were observing, right, when they were with you, when they are with you, whatever they're hearing with you, that is a divine connection. So they're observing it from a great height, from the source, right? They're observing it from a great source. uh, and even from the great source, like, from a very higher perspective, they're seeing that their resources, their material world resources, have been depleted. They're feeling very depleted. Can you hold on for a second? As soon as I stop talking, they stop talking as well from outside. So that's they're seeing that. Anyway, they look at this, like, they it's like they're feeling so depleted in material world resources, and they're regretting that because they know that they've done this to themselves, like, and they're kind of feeling ready to make this offer. But if they it's like, as long as they are still processing this big folly, I think that they're still pretty well to do. They have a hang of their finances. But it's also this, right? You want your your divine counterpart, right? Your highest level soulmate, even if they have the capacity of keeping a hold of their finances, right? They have a hold of their finances. We It's like, if you fall for other people's bullshit, other people's fraud, and you think that, okay, even if you don't fall for it, you even if you know, especially when you know that this person is lying about having money, this person is just using is going to steal money from me, in spite of having their own financial arrangements, they're going to take away. So, and if I am constantly giving to such people, because I know that I can earn a lot of money, I have the capacity to earn a lot of money, they they kind of know that that is insufficient. Your ability to earn money is guaranteed. You being a divine soul on a twin flame path, you are always guaranteed this material world ease. It's about how much you want to achieve in material, just for your learning, that if I put my heart and soul towards it, I can walk towards abundance consciousness, and I can reach these great heights, this great financial value through myself. Like, I can reach that top. That is okay. But if you are giving all of it into the hands of a fake person, of a liar and cheater, with somebody who's going to take away the take it away from you, that means you have poor judgment of who you're giving your blessings to, right? Poor judgment of giving their blessings to, and they kind of don't want to show up like that in front of you till they have actually processed it quite a bit. So they're finding it challenging right now to approach you. They're moving swiftly out of this reality, possibly like moving out of this, the home where they were married to, or the entire life situation that they were a part of, where they were giving their all to people who were lying to them about money. They were fraud. They were basically conducting a financial fraud. They're thinking about it. They're accepting their mistake. They're like auditing their entire mistake when it comes to this, right? And once they're done feeling it through, the logic that they've come towards, like, okay, they're looking at their feelings logically. Why do I feel so depleted when I've always had this? Oh, okay, the last step is, I understand that I was giving it to ungrateful people, frauds. I was giving it to liars, and for the people who were casting illusions of having this financial independence and self-sufficiency. I should be giving it to equals. I should be giving it to a equal or equals, the one who resonates with me, where we are equals. Doesn't matter the value, the monetary value, but the concepts and the respect towards each other, the financial situation and condition, that should be maintained. That should be the standards. And how do we check the standards? We check the level of spirituality of that person. What is the person's spirit? If it is freaking manipulative, it's a dark magician energy creating an illusion of finances and financial knowledge and financial stability, then the rank of that spirit is basically bottom feeders, because only bottom feeders required to do this. And they're supposed to be dumped. They're supposed to be dumped, but because you gave it to them, they passed on that dumped the part of that destiny, which is their reality, on to your person. Now they're feeling like they're dumped, but okay, so like these feeders that were there in their life, like, they were supposed to be dumped, and your person had to realize the kind of abundance consciousness, which they did, which they did. But the illusion cast by these low vibing, like really really low vibing bottom feeding parasites, like, on them, they made them feel for 4 or 5 years at least that they were the losers. They made them feel that they were the losers, like your person was the loser, right? Your people were the losers, your divine counterparts were the losers, your highest level soulmates were made to feel, they cast an illusion that they were the losers, your divine counterpart, the highest level soulmate. But it was them that had nothing to begin with, and they casted a projection that they were the abundant and self-sufficient ones, and your person needed them, right? As above, so below. So both the parties have reached the last step where there's going to be revelation. They're going to feel, they're going to feel the reality, even if they can't see the reality. An illusion is cast in the mind, right? This mind manipulation, mind games, right? Even if the illusion is cast into the mind, they're in the mind when they process their feelings. That's the last step. This is the nine of wands, the last step. This is the last stretch where you from move from 9 to 10. In that, they're in their mind when they process that feeling as a, why do I feel like I am not, why don't I feel really good? And March, like you're and we do financial audits of all companies worldwide, right? At the year at the end of that, they're going to realize that, hey, wait a minute, like I my books are showing that me individually, me as a person, right? Oh, I just realized we didn't do the connecting energy, like, but we'll do it. Me as a person, as an individual person, a businessman, my own whatever money arrangement that I have created through my abundance consciousness this movement forward suddenly in my life, and this happily ever after. I have even identified my person. I know them, and I know the connection between me and my person. Then they're trying to process the feeling of why do they feel like they are dumped, and then that logic, let's say that logic is the connection between what they're thinking and what they're feeling. Nine of Pentacles and King of Swords. I wish these people would stop talking. It's like they're being mind controlled into sabotaging a tarot reading. Like, that's been going on, as it happening. And as soon as I've said that, I'm sure, like, I get some spam comment. No, great. Okay. So it's like they're feeling limited emotionally emotionally as well as physically, as financially. Like, they're tied down, or they're having to hold back down on their emotions. And um somebody who is so clear of mind, like the King of Swords, is is like the king of the air signs, which is the mind, right? And communication, and balance between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain, and being able to stand right there in the middle of the negative polarity and positive polarity of the mind, and approach, like, if you put the King of Swords energy in a debate competition, they will win, because they consider everything about the other side and reply like unbiased. Like, they are saying that they're calling an orange an apple. Okay, I'm going to consider that without passing any judgment. And then that is how I will reply to them, right? Now, that amount of clarity of your feelings in the mind regarding this constraint, this restriction, this constraint that they're having to show about their financial, like, autonomy, financial self-sufficiency, and not getting a chance to explore the emotional aspects of it, holding down the emotions, emotional aspects of it. Like, this is where the mind and heart are connected and focused right now, uh thoroughly. Okay, let's get a clarification for the Chariot and the King of Pentacles, for the connecting energy between what they're feeling and what they're wanting to say. Man, the energies are very heavy, very, very heavy right now. Ten of Cups in reverse. These cards, this deck, like, this is the only deck that specifies that we do not take reversals. We do not take, do not consider reversals. And I'm holding them upright, and this is the second card that has flipped over, like, upside down, and that's in reverse. So what they wanted to say, that their home life, like, the place that they called home, or they consider home, uh that is flipped, turned upside down somehow. And it's like, the happiness of it, like, going forward as a household with happiness, that is being transformed. And the reason why it's being transformed is because they're sending, like, these low vibing feminine energies away somewhere. They're making, like, alternate arrangements for these low, but like vibes being feminine. Like, the energy that, of these mind games that women play, or toxic feminine energies play. All of us have the feminine inside us. So if you're surrounded by a lot of low vibing feminine energies, like, even if you are a male, your feminine energy is constantly, like, connecting to the low vibing, incapable of doing anything toxic, capable of only doing vicious and horrible, evil things, type of feminine energy. Like, if you have too many vamps, or too many sympathy seeking, like, wounded feminine energy is constantly surrounding in a household, how are you going to, like, low vibing feminine energies absolutely cannot do anything. Like, they cannot breathe without assistance. Like, it's like that, right? um so if they, let's say, they are so depleted that they cannot take care of themselves. And if you're a normal household, right, you are not going to be able, and you are so highly functioning, and you're on this twin flame journey, and this and that, and blah blah blah. like, and you have other family members, they also have a career, they also have their love stories and their spiritual journey, their explorations around this world in this life. Like y'all are all like, high powering divine masculine feminine energies. But when you come home, it's like you are constantly connecting with, like, a low vibing collection of feminine energies, where these men and women, boys and girls are like all sickly. Then you don't feel like that's your home. You feel like it's a home or a, a medical facility for them, right? Without any arrangements to be able to help them, to get them from low spirits to normal functioning spirits. Now, the wounded feminine, there might be wounded feminine energies, people who have been, like, cheated from their money, cheated, like, have like faced some kind of traumatizing experience. And then that collection is always sitting inside their house of the wounded feminine, right? And then there is this toxic feminine, which is just manipulating, you know they everything, like, just wanting to get revenge. It's like that revenge energy, just yelling and screaming and shouting, not from wounding, not from being in low vibes. Low vibing feminine energies will not be able to scream and shout, but they will take advantage of the they will gather the wounded and the toxic feminine energies to be their spokesperson, like, so this connection of three horrible uh, a collection of three horrible types of feminine energies, like, are making the happy home, like turning the happy home in reverse. And their family unit, the home that they have grown up in, the family that they've grown up with whom they have this emotional exchange with, right? Emotional relationship with. This external home and family member, family unit, that the progress has been reversed completely. And and it's like dead. That connection is dead. It's dead. And they're shining light on this matter, and they're getting guidance from higher above, like, to stop fighting this, and it's time to hold back. It's trying to hold back and block them. Live your life in utmost secrecy and privacy. Keep your shadow aspects uh, uh, in the shadow realm. Keep it secret. Keep your emotion. Uh, there's a strength in your secrecy and privacy. You require your secrecy and privacy to dump the situation completely, but they're being asked to keep that to themselves and not to express it. That they are dumping at this family unit, leaving this home, possibly leaving from home, but it's like there are other family members who are also stuck with your person, with these low vibing feminine energies, right, at home. So constantly having access to their home and influencing the family unit. So they're getting guidance from their higher selves to first make sure that those low vibing, wounded and toxic feminines are sent away completely from their ancestral home. Like, they might not be living in their ancestral home, but now their ancestors are saying that, if they've gotten into your new home, they are going to step in on the ancestral timeline, which you and certain members of your family are a part of, right? The ancestral destiny. Now you have to break the generational curse, the curse that uh, that is part of the family that is still alive, that is a generational curse. You have to break that, and you have to, because you have to move forward. In order to break that, you are going to have to send them first, and you're going to have to leave home. You're going to have to leave home, because the home that you knew, ancestor, this is for your person. It could be for you as well, a little bit of this, of this for you as well, in your own type of scenario. Maybe there is a generational curse that you need to break as well, right? You need to send low vibing, uh, wounded and toxic feminine out of your life. Like, it might be your friend circle, your what, if you're connecting with them in any way, shape, or form, you gotta let it go, that kind of a thing. Yeah, karmic past uh, of your ancestry, of the home that you were born in. That's like that has to be dealt with and sent away, like especially the low vibing eight of cups. They got to be sent away to a place where they will be taken care of, or they can sit down and think about their wounding, their toxicity. um you know they need a specialist. We have the king of swords here. They need a specialist. They need supervision. They need companions of a completely different type. They're not ready to live in human households or connect one-on-one with human households. They need to connect with other type of creatures first, to understand the they're low vibing, wounded, and they're wounding, and why are they in low vibes? Their toxicity. The five of swords is like their toxicity. They need to understand the toxicity within them, these feminine energies that are there around you and your ancestral lineage, like generation, no uh, curse template. They need to be sent away. They need to be sent away to a place where there will be a specialist, taking care of them, will be guiding them to connect to the spirit, but not with other human beings, with other creatures, right? Because these low vibing, toxic, wounded energies, like low vibing is the three of wands energy, right? She's just unable to move anything. She's waiting for something to be thrown at her, like, just throw me a bone, that kind of a thing. And this is wounded. She uh she was she was she was cheated off of something, or she's faced a trauma, anything, she's feeling lonely, helpless, and isolated, and things like that. It comes from wounding, right? And then there's this toxic feminine, the scheming and scheming and plotting kind of an energy, the five of swords energy. The queen of cups, is feeling like too many emotions because of the wounding, and they're acting under the emotions and thinking that everybody should understand that they're wounded, they are hurt. You have to understand. I'm going to sit in this place, and I'm going to be like, you have to understand that I'm like, I went through this experience, and it was horrible, and things like that. And you have to, interact with me from that perspective. And that's why they need to be handed over. uh, so these low vibing feminine energies, like, kind of need to be sent away in a place where they can just meditate and contemplate, on this, possibly like an ashram, or a monastery, or like a hostel for people who they, where they have a very basic simple life routine, and very basic activities. All they need to do is focus on the limited energy that they have, and live the rest of their life. Appropriation, this energy, the wounded energies, they need, to be in a uh, they need to They need to be in a facility where there's a specialist that can help them get over the wounding, right? The Queen of Cups energy and the King of Swords energy, right? They need to get where they can be guided or taught, guided out of this wounding and make themselves productive and functioning, right? So that they can have a different life, more suitable life. If they're if it's taking so much like institutionalized, like uh, institutionalization, like continuous like therapy and specialist to help them function from this wounding, then the wounding is deep and it's lifelong. So these feminines need like to be in living lives that is 100% of this, and have like are should be removed completely from fully functioning, highly functioning households and people and their lives, because their life is different. And then we come to this toxic feminine who has the Five of Swords, who just targets high functioning people and individuals one way or the other, and they're scheming and plotting because they they think that it's another human being, and they can just like get away with whatever it is that they're doing, and human beings are supposed to help human beings. But when it comes to a mute creature, uh, they cannot take advantage of it because they are made responsible and accountable for it, right? For this creature who cannot speak for themselves, who cannot get things for themselves, right? So they should be given a responsibility of a non-human of non-human living things. So they know that are responsible. So this is what your person is figuring out, and this is what they're wanting to say, and they're going to possibly tell you the all of this understanding, and it's going to be clear to you as well what they are talking about. And this could have to do so this could be like something that you um could also apply, like logically, or you could remember, okay, so like low vibing feminines, they are to be guided towards going and living a life in a place with people who have very low energies, and that entire city or entire setup or community space is is set up so that low vibing people can live there and have a comfortable life. You can they have to be they have only then will they realize that how unsuitable high functioning people were to them, right? Living life with high functioning people was to them. Then comes to the wounding, like you have faced woundings and are incapable, are and have lost the capacity. Incapable means you're incapacitated, you've lost, the blow was so hard on you, uh, because you did not have that kind of soul energy. The level, like Eight of Cups talks about in the twin flame card, the Lovers card, and the Eight of Cups is about the level of the spirit, right? You you have you're probably been uh, living life in a very with other souls, see with other souls in the family who are like twin flame, high priest, high priestess, like hierophant energies, divine masculine, divine feminine, and they're doing all this running around and that is unsuitable to you because it's not like you see them going through even worse and getting over it like in with a snap of a finger, right? Even if they sit complaining and sulking about it, they're probably like telling it to you as a story, like sharing it to you, but at the same time they're completely functioning. That is what high functioning people are. That is how twin flames show up, like in spite of whatever trauma they're facing, they're still like really, really high functioning. That if your woundings are so strong, like from childhood, like sexual assault, financial fraud, and somebody stole your money, and blah, like bullying. If all of these things have weighed really heavy and created big wounds in your soul, where you were like you were probably thinking that in this lifetime you will be on the, but you hadn't reached that place where you were on a spiritual journey. You were still a normal human soul, and you went through like, because you were trying to force being on the twin flame journey, or having connection with the spirit guide, and being on the being in like insisting being in a life where you were receiving divine orders and things like that. If you have ventured into too many, if you have lost balance and of uh, the need for you to have a practically safe and simple life, because a- and as well as uh, practice faith, simple faith. If you have not recognized that your spiritual journey at this point is just to practice faith and live a simple life, and if you are in this family of high functioning people, and again, like these high priest and high priestess and hierophant and higher self connectivity, and like God giving them instructions all of the blue suddenly, like with the apocalypse, COVID's going on, and like your spouse, or your son, or your parents, like are like, or your daughter, or your niece or nephew, or whatever, your family members are just out there in the open, like because they have a spiritual duty. They have to go out there, like plague doctors, right? Like volunteer nurses out into the open field, like war zones, because their spirit is supposed to do, that soul is supposed to do these duties. If there wasn't an apocalypse, they're still in the pursuit of they are being guided by divine orders of the highest category, and they're doing it, and they are really stuff. They have their own struggles, and they have their own suffering, but it's so inappropriate for a wounded feminine to do that, to be there or part of that, right? So, like, if your feminine has faced a lot of woundings, then being with high functioning people on a very high spiritual rank as the soul is inappropriate for you. So you have to see, like why do you need to be with the hero? Why do you need to be the attach yourselves to the hero, when you are uh, you're supposed to heal from your wounding and live a life of healing from their wounding. If you're going to be continuously tagging along with a high functioning person, and then you're going to keep, it's like you're getting dragged around, and you're enjoying that, being dragged around and hurt, and depleting and getting more wounded and more wounded, and then taking sympathy and hogging your family members or your partner's energy constantly, right? Oh, is this the kind of bad karma points that you want to add on your already wounded soul, right? So that's why you need, like, these people to be living a life where there's constant access to therapists, and people who are these, like therapy giving people, friends, and whatever it is. Like they need to make a unit of people around them who will all their life be on duty of uh, correcting the wounding, or can be are available to look at you as a wounded feminine, and be able to actively give you that company. If, like, high powered souls, like the people who are on a high spiritual rank, will not be able to give you the time of day, right? It's impossible, and it's an impossible expectation. when it comes to toxic feminines, it's like literally correctional facilities and all of those things, because they are always they are toxic feminines, the karmic feminines, toxic feminines. They're always scheming and plotting against. They are unsafe. They're unsafe to be in to be allowed to be in other people's life. It's just they're mostly going they are part of grand crime circles and rings, and this is what they will keep doing all the time to hurt everyone. They will do anything from occult practices to capturing demons and ghosts and things like that, and manipulating using technology. I was just thinking about how, like, there was an exchange between me and my person on text messages, and I knew it clearly that he was also like, he whatever I was writing to him was getting changed and converted into something else, and he was aware of that, and I was also aware of the fact that whatever he was writing, and that was getting changed and into something more vicious or like nasty, like, both of us were aware of that, but then we played along because we knew that the messages they had hacked into our system, deep hacking. Like, this is what a toxic feminine will do. They will deep hack into the communication channels between you and your person, whether it be technically, whether it be physically, like in person, or even spiritually. So they will manipulate the spiritual connection aspects of you and all the people who are connected with you as well. Like, so for example, like, you and your person will be connected to each other's family members who are also these high functioning souls, whose soul have a high spiritual rank. The categories might be different, but the level is the same, right? They will be connected to such family members in your family, and you will be connected to such type of high functioning souls in their family, right? It's all equal. It's all equal. It's divine counterparts. You're all orbiting the same thing. Like, your physical reality is in the same band. Like, you're all going around and around in the same frequency, right? It's 4 o'clock. So these toxic feminine people can be men and women. I'm going to mention that again. It can be either men and women or both, right? So it's not as simple as, okay, when I say feminine energies, you go and like, just uh, check out all the females in your family or your friend circle and say, "Oh, okay, I'm done." No, you gotta check the other gender as well, because both have both energies. Like, both the genders have both the uh, masculine and the feminine energies in them. We just have to understand what is the level of the masculine and what is the level of the feminine. Now, the level of the feminine will match the level of the masculine. So if it is a low vibing feminine energy, the masculine will also be in low vibes, right? And masculine energy is heavier, so it will like be lower than lower, right? Like, so this is a feminine energy, and it's just going lower and lower. Wounding, like, the wounding is heavy, the masculine will be even more wounded and more wounded and more wounded. If the feminine energy field is toxic, their masculine will be even more toxic, even more toxic, like, so uh toxic feminine energies are very, very dangerous because they can get by they are master manipulators, and they are utterly vicious and evil, and they will make sure that they poison every aspect of your life, and that is what they drive a sense of purpose from that. They are your uh they are meant to cause the worst sort of damage on you and your life, right? um So like the solution for them is basically to be uh, put in correctional facilities where they are forced to spend where they're kept away from interacting with human beings because they uh, and forced to establish a relationship with a pet animal of some kind, just one, some whose lifespan is a little longer, and they will require a lot of supervision and surveillance. That's why I say correctional facilities, especially for low vibing feminine energies, or low vibing souls, uh, because there is a lot of female imagery here. So it would be easier for you and your person to start with looking at the women in your circle of life, like, who are connected with you. So, like, guide the low vibing women towards finding a spiritual path, Eight of Cups path, and the wounded feminine is actually something that is on your person's mind. So if you can achieve sending a wounded person into therapy and telling them to live a life where they set up their lives according to addressing their wounding. Like, for example, if you've seen Modern Love, in which Anne Hathaway plays a bipolar, so she goes and she plays a so her entire life, like, it has to be set up, and she accordingly, right? So she has to find that type of a job where there is someone who understands, and she always has medical help at hand. So if these wounded feminines are not in a place or in a household where they're getting assistance for their condition, right, their wounding, for their condition, then it's a wrong place for them. Instead of telling them what's wrong, you should suggest that you might be able to live a better life in this country, or with these family members instead of the family member that you're living with right now, right? And these are the numbers of the therapist. Try your therapist, try this thing, and whenever you talk to them as if whenever you get a chance to spend time with them, consider that. And also, like, if you need to completely send them away, like, you need to understand that you need to clearly identify that you need to hand over this soul's life and journey to a better appropriate situation. All right. So that's the kind of calculation that's going on with your person right now. And if you can manage it on a simpler note, they will have the experiences of having done it. So these energies will move faster because the King of Pentacles is a heavy energy. This process of sending the low vibing females, now what I'm going to say, like, or feminine energies away, uh, the low vibing wounded and toxic feminine energies away. That process is very slow. So if you and it's like burning them at their feet. It's like so long pending that, it's created, like, really. Now it's that poison dart has gone back in time. Like I said, what is up is down, like, the linearity of time, like, it goes forward. But if you've come too far with carrying these low vibing wounded and toxic feminine energies, then that's how far along the past it will go. So you're always at this point. So now you're recognizing that at this point, if I don't start correcting this karmic uh, duty that I have, it's going to range so far into the future. And I can see that it has gone so far back in the past as well, right? So it's a matter of like dealing with it so that this gets corrected, the wounding from the past gets corrected, and then your future changes. And this change is inevitable change. So this energy is not going to move unless and until you do something about it's moving. It's going to move slower. It's like you constantly feel like, one day was as long as a freaking year. Do you want to feel that? No, right? I mean, you want to feel like the like one day was as long as one day is supposed to feel like. One day is not supposed to feel like a year, right? Or a year is not supposed to feel like one day or 12 hours. Get it? So this is happening because this movement from on your divine counterpart, your person's side, is happening very slow. You Because probably your contribution is needed because you are on a twin flame. You are connected to this person, soul connection. You're connected to this person, and if you're the divine counterparts, even if this is not a part of your life, you're going to have to do it uh, as well, so that it's like it's never going to be like, oh, it's their thing, I don't know how to do anything about it. Even if you don't have any of it in your life, you're going to be made to get practical experience about it. In terms of achievement, because think about it logically, if it's a part of their life, they're like kind of stuck in this, and they don't know the answer, so they're like, maybe my person, my divine counterpart, my highest soulmate will is free of being stuck in this actually physically, so they will, like, find a solution and actually apply it in practical reality, and then we can move forward, because they're feeling the movement forward of both of you. But somewhere in the practical material reality, like, you all are stuck. Oh my god, something or someone really doesn't want me to give you this reading or this channeled message, because my face and my nose are itching like nothing. And since morning everything is just going haywire. I think it's like it's time to celebrate. We're leaving the fake, the low vibing, the wounded, the toxic templates of our life, and the entire ancestry of us, like ancient ancestry of us, like eternal ancestry of our soul. Like, divine kind of that's like it's culminating, it's ending, right? So like they're going to try and make it as physically uncomfortable for you as possible. I have bite marks on my thigh, which was covered, and I don't know where they've just come from. So like you break into rashes, like physical discomfort is what you're going to face. There are fairies. Are I just saw a white feather like float down, like, small white feather. It just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, the let's say the window is yay high, right? So it just started somewhere from here, and, like, it just emerged somewhere for you here and then went down. Not even this high, like yay high. So it, like, this entire space, like, how did it come about? If it would have started somewhere here and then flown upwards, and I would have understood. If it would have started somewhere here, if it would have started somewhere here, if it would have emerged from somewhere here and gone here, I would have understood. But it just like appeared from here and went down. Like, these are fairies trying to contact you. They're saying that, we are showering you with a little bit of fairy dust here and there, to ease, like, your physical discomfort that I was just mentioning. You'll be itchy all over. It's because, people are sending you negative vibes. They're feeling like you'll be gone, and instead of being happy for you, they're getting irritated, like, okay, they'll be gone, like they'll be gone. They are snakes, like absolute snakes, like, oh. they want to keep you stuck, like, they want you to be stuck in low vibes. They don't want you to see the magic and happiness in things. They didn't want to move. Even if you are, it's just like their intention is that no, no. So I'm going to be the most annoying and piss taking energy possible. Like, I'm going to hear them out, but I'm going to send these souls that are moving forward. Instead of going along with them and being happy for them, I'm going to be the snake, and I'm going to send the most annoying and irritating energy. Like, I'm going to be the troll, interfering. Yeah. The stork with the baby. Yeah. So the keeping away, like, the energy of your child, like, they but the birds are bringing the energy of your child. It could be through anything, like, it could be through an object. It could be through, like, my god, like, I just got, like, I've just uh got hit with the most negative energy while doing most irritating energy while doing this video. And I have really no other explanation. Absolutely impossible to find another explanation other than, somebody's purposely sending me this negative energy, and they are a part of my life. I've connected with them recently. They're sending me this negative energy. They don't want me to be happy and cheerful. They're a snake. It happened somewhere. Some moon magic was done, like, to disconnect me from my spirit and happiness. To Like, it was possibly a death spell that was done, and like, uh, during the moon. Or yeah, this pest in, like, draining me of my juju, or happy, like, like, bottom feeding energy. Bottom feeders, they want to bottom feed on everything. It's just who they are. Doesn't matter what their spiritual rank is, what their status is, or who they're. Fake people, karmic people, normal people. It's just like they have chosen to, like, because they did this moon ritual, they have chosen to be snakes. They have sent away your fairies and good omens into hiding. They're keeping you away from this beautiful creation. The divine masculine is currently creating, like, actual beautiful physical spaces with beautiful energies, with nature. Something to do with birds, like a lot to do with birds. I channeled a bird expert. um, I've been channeling a bird expert's energy, and I actually met them. And they were so connected to the created. They are both, that they were so balanced in the divine masculine, divine feminine energies, that I could literally see the energy that they had created over this lake that uh, they were birding, like, bird watching on. And they are a bird expert. And this lake that they'd spent about 2-3 years living near, all right, and responsible for its upkeep. It's like they not only knew the the different types of species of birds, they were very well aware that they had created this energy, like, using their divine masculine aspects. And the intention was caring and nurturing, that is the divine feminine aspects. And what it's like a love child that created a love child over this lake, like, that created a love child over this lake. And the birds are carrying the energy of their love child, that their creation, like, of the combined energies of the divine masculine and feminine, that, like, their love child was being carried around. The energy of their love child was being carried around this lake. It's not a physical child. And like at the same time, like these snakes have gone and done some moon magic uh that will that is draining you, like they're bottom feeding, and like how, like they want to drain you, like of your energy, and it's like a dead spell kind of an energy. And they are connecting with a practitioner who does that, I like I know clearly that this person who kept this pathetic and disgusting person woman who kept asking me to give her my blessings, like how pathetic and disgusting is. Like the first time she opened her mouth and said that, I wanted to throw up, like couldn't manage to say anything around her because I would constantly want to throw up. She had the most disgusting energy. Like it was like and definitely there were so many others that were there around that time, that time, but they were not as shameless to open their mouth and ask and utter these words to me. So she is a practitioner of this, like she poses as being this lady and things like that, and she's this practitioner. She, whoever comes to her with any concerns, she will, anything that she prescribes you, any kind of technique that she prescribes you, is to utterly drain other people of their things, right? Because she's the most wild rat, like she is the cause of the plague, literally, like around these parts. She's the cause of the plague, and she, all she wants to do is rob people of their marital bliss and these proposals and unions. That is all she ever wishes to do: steal people's love stories, marriages, and actual physical union, like promise for a happily ever after. That is all she is looking for when she's asked for blessing. That is all she's looking for. Investigated and interrogated this person, who she poses as everyone's friend and well-wisher, but you, like after 2 minutes of having your attention, she'll start spitting the most bitter and vile and spiteful things. Like she will start with, I need your best blessing, and she will start like spitting curses and vile shit, like words, like this negative energy. And she gets hired by these people, or who, these low vibing feminine, the wounded feminine and the toxic feminine. They literally hire her to do all of these things. And also these snakes get attracted to her. These could be the wounded masculines, right? Wounded masculine energies. They get w- wounded and toxic masculine energy, like also who are the snakes. Because it's very difficult to to identify the wounded masculine aspects of people, especially if it comes in men, because we are used to seeing that male bashing in this world, because um, we are just used to male bashing, right? And this also, like, it's very difficult to identify this wounded masculine aspect. And so they become the snake. So they are like, oh, we are here just to take care of you, and friend, and this and that, blah blah blah. And I'm well to do, I have my own thing because I'm a man, I've got these privileges, right? So why would I want anything from any of the, like and they are the snakes. And they also have, they get in touch with this kind of practitioner who these kind of practitioners, and all of them, these bottom feeders as well as these snakes, whether they're masculine energy, whether they're feminine, doesn't matter. Like there's bottom feeders and snakes in both of them. The wounded aspects of both the feminine and masculine are like they turn snake if you've kept them in your life for way too long, they will turn into the snake of your life, right? The Queen of Wands energy here showing up, the Queen of Clubs. They are the one who's created this illusion of material world stability. They are the ones who keep you going back and forth like into their play, and they are using this type of a practitioner. um you don't have to necessarily have to met have interacted with this practitioner to know this. Like you can be sure, like, this was done on you if you've come across this reading and there is a person on these toxic um souls and low vibing souls and wounded souls, that they're using this type of a practitioner to do spells on you during the moon cycles. But, like, it's going to go back to them in reverse, because whatever they did over here, that is ending. So anything that you're feeling right now, like the itchiness and the discomfort, physical discomfort, is because uh it is just a confirmation that their spell has finally reversed and it's ended. So it's like confirmation. This is how the moon is sending you the confirmation for you to claim it. Like, claim it, that this time around they tried it again, and the only reason why I'm informing you that, this is what they did, and I'm also informing you that I ended it. Right, the moon is saying, because it was full moon, their ritual has ended. I'm informing you that this is what they tried, and I'm informing you with a little bit of discomfort and itchiness that it ended. It has ended. So the moon is asking you to claim the ending of it. Accept that you have these people doing these. You had these people do this to you on the full moon, and now accept the confirmation that the moon has put an end to it. All right. So the moon is saying I have an achievement here. So, all right. So explore the ending of that. Explore the ending of it. And that's why you're getting this irritable energy. Like, it's ended. My God, there's itchiness all over. A spiritual bath, like a proper spiritual bath, is upcoming. I'm going to put the water for heating and going to do that. Everybody's method of a spiritual bath, cord cutting, and all of these rituals are their own. You should build them on your own. Like, even if you have people who are giving you great suggestions and things like that, everyone's way is their own. Everyone's spirit is guided to the herbs or objects or stepwise procedures on their own. So find your own. All right. So I will see you in the next reading. Bye.